Good morning. Today I'd like to talk to you about your intuition and how to use it as the guidance system for your soul. I've been working with my intuition for, I would say, probably the best part of 43 years of my life. It is one of the number one tools I use in my work as an energy healer and clairvoyant medium, and it has always served me well. It is the one thing I go back to when I need to make decisions, when I feel unsure, or when I just feel stuck and I want to know a way forward. It has never failed me. The only times it has failed me is the times I didn't listen to it. And I got a bit of a slap on the wrist from the universe. So this is how important it is to listen to your intuition, because it will have your back at all times. You can trust it and you can let it guide you. Now, I know for many, they can feel a little bit stuck in knowing the difference between the voices in their heads, the running commentary and narratives about you should be doing this, you should be doing that, checking in with other people to get their advice and guidance, and then getting stuck because they're not listening to what is in their hearts, and they're not hearing themselves. And when you can come back to your heart, you will always hear the truth. You will know your own truth. Your truth may not be the truth for someone else, and that is okay, because we are all here in different stages of growth and development and awareness. We are all in different life paths, and not everyone has to live their life your way, just like you don't have to live your life their way. However, come back to what is your truth, and this is where your intuition will have your back and guide you through your life. It will always serve you. Now, I know for myself, sometimes the chatter in my mind can feel a little bit overwhelming, and you start getting into these narratives of, oh, is this right? And you start second guessing yourself, and you don't quite know which way to get going into, and you get into a tailspin. So for today, what I want to do is show you a simple exercise that I use to help get me back into my own zone when I start getting a little bit worked up around what do I need to do. So for me, what I find with my intuition, it's a very quiet, still inner voice. It's almost like a whisper. It's usually not very loud, and I find as soon as you start getting into a discussion with that voice, that's not your intuition anymore. Your intuition is very cool and calm, very peaceful, usually very loving and very gentle. It will also be very consistent in the message it gives. It's not going to go between, yes, you should do this, and no, suddenly you shouldn't be doing this. It will be a very consistent, clear, I don't feel this is the right path for me, or I feel this is the right path for me. So if it's very, very loud and occupying too much of your mind, and you're in a dialogue with it, it is probably not your intuition. So what I'm going to do now is going to ask you just to do a simple exercise with me. To do this is close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Now just think of something in your life that you would like more clarity on. So for the purpose of this exercise, I'm going to ask you to keep it very simple. Don't make it a massive life-changing question right at this very moment. Just something simple and easy, just for the purpose of this exercise to practice on today. So closing your eyes, taking a deep breath in, putting your hand on your heart and just breathing for a few minutes. Breathing in and out. Just bring your attention to your heart space, focusing where your hand is on your chest and breathing into that space. If you notice your mind is wandering, just bring your attention back to your breathing. Notice yourself breathing in and breathing out. You can even just feel the breath going in through your nose and back out again. You may even notice the breath going in is cooler when it goes in and warmer as it comes out. And then just allow that breath as you breathe in to sink into your heart. And then breathing out. As you notice yourself feeling calmer and quieter, you should notice your shoulders dropping, feeling more relaxed. Just bring your question to mind. Just ask yourself, what is it that I need to know around this? What action should I take? Just what is your first step? Just pay attention to what your first next step is in regards to the question you hold in your mind. The very, very first thing that comes to your mind is your answer. It doesn't have to make logical sense. It's just your answer. And write it down if you have a piece of paper handy. And just give thanks to your intuition now for giving you the answer. Now I might take a couple of goes to get used to doing this exercise and to learn to really trust your intuition. And that's usually where a lot of people get themselves tripped up, is trusting their inner guidance, knowing that the answer is actually correct for them, and being able to hear that very quiet voice underneath all the noise of the fears and the worries and the concerns and the what ifs that come up as you try and find your way through in your direction. What has helped me with it is I found that it is the stillness, it's finding a moment to be very still. And sometimes I have to do it once or twice still myself, because I'm still human, still get caught up in, life. And coming back to that stillness and checking in again and finding what the consistent answer is, the one that keeps repeating quietly, where you feel really calm. You should feel a bit of a lightness around the answer. It shouldn't feel heavy. You may feel a bit nervous if it's a change you have to make, and that's normal as well. However, you shouldn't be feeling scared in a bad way. You may feel a little bit, wow, that's a bit of a step to take or a change to make, and I feel nervous around making those changes. Or what if other people don't like it? Bring it back to you and what it is that's right for you, and it will be a consistent, this is your way forward. This is not right for me. It will be very gentle, very subtle at times, and it's going to take practice. And that's why I suggest when you do this exercise, start with little things that aren't majorly important life decisions at this stage, so that you can get to know your intuition and start to practice with it and expand from there. And as you get more skilled at listening to your intuition and trusting your intuition, because it's your friend, you have to build this relationship up just like you would with a new friendship, then you'll find it'll come to you much easier, and you start recognizing it amongst the noise in your head much sooner. Now, if you have any questions, please pop them down below and I'll answer them as soon as I'm able to. And I hope you have a beautiful day. See you later.